Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to create a very short series of tutorials to help people who are preparing for the LPIC administration exam, LPIC 1, and does not have a lot of time to go over like real books or a lot of materials. So what I'll try to do, it's going to be a very quick overview of things, and I'm going to go over things very quickly, but I'll touch everything that you need to know. And this is my first video in the series, and I'm just going to start with exploring command line. So that's where you should start as a Linux admin anyway. So as I said, this tutorial is geared toward the LPIC 1 or whoever is preparing for the exam, and the command line is very important for a Linux administrator and administration. I'm using a Kali Linux and I have a GUI available to me, but most of the work that I do in a command line environment. And if you are working in a real life environment, if you're managing servers and everything, a lot of times you will not even have any GUI, any desktop, any screen available to you where you can just copy and paste and click and do stuff like you normally do in Windows. Now Linux shell, the command line, you gotta understand what that is. The Linux shell is very powerful. That's why it's the window, the way you interact with the Linux and the Linux kernel, and pretty much everything you do, there is a command available to you to perform some action very efficiently. Now the most common shell that we have in the Linux is called a bash, and that's probably all you really need to know. Pretty much most of the shell that people use, it's bash. It's called the GNU Born Again shell, is the most popular one. There are other types of shell, SH shell, TCSH shell, CSH, KSH, and ZSH. Now you probably find some of the Unix version of the distro, some odd distros, they're using these other shells. But for the most part, you will see the bash is the most widely used shells at this time. But you can kind of look through the CSH is the original C shell, KSH is the corn shell, ZSH is an extension or more powerful version of the KSH. Tell you the truth, pretty much I have always used the bash, and I'll show you what I have in my Kali machine. The other thing that you should kind of know that there are two types of shell. One is a default interactive shell, and that is most likely you will be using as an administrator. And there's another type of shell called the default system shell, and it's mainly used by the Unix system to run scripts, mostly during the startup time. And if you go to the bin sh, that's actually a pointer to the shell that is available in your system. And as I said, I'm using a Kali Linux box. It's a Ubuntu, it's a Debian distribution, and if I go there, it actually points to a DASH. It's not even a bash, it's a dash shell that it provides to me to interact with the system. Now starting the shell, if you have a GUI like I'm using, then you have to go in and you can just open up the command prompt. Sometimes it's called the terminal or xterm or console in some distros. If it's a non-GUI, like maybe a Red Hat Linux server, you just go in there and you log in, you provide username and your password, you just log in to the shell environment and you just start typing your commands. We'll just go through and do a couple of commands here just to give you a quick example of what it is. We'll run some commands, uname and uname a and who am I. Other thing I would like you guys to understand, there are two different kind of commands. One is the internal commands, and they're really built into the shell. Okay, the shell really comes with those commands, and those are most of the commands that you use a lot, like changing directory, printing something, echo, time, checking the time, working directory, and type of some command. And the external command is anything pretty much that you are installing on the top of the available system command that you have that comes with the shell. And if you can do the command like type -a and then the command name, then it will tell you whether this command is available within the shell, or if it's outside an external command, or sometimes you'll have a duplicate command. It's both available in the shell and it's also available from some other installation. In that case, if you have a duplication, then always remember that the internal commands is going to take place. It's going to take the precedence. And if you really want to learn, or you want to execute the external command that you have installed yourself, you have to give the full path to the executable. Just remember that. And another thing in the shell path, this is environment variable that usually has the path to your shell, and all the commands will be available, so you don't have to go to the particular directory of available commands to run your shell commands. For example, if I install something like a new program, this is a new program is the executable one. I have installed it under home and then Ankan and then new program. To run this program, either I have to go to the folder and do /new prog, or I have to give the full path to that program. For shell command, that's not the case. You just type the command and that's about it. In the next video, I'll show you some command line tricks, but let's do some hands-on at this time, okay? So as I said, this is my Linux system. Come on, okay. So, and it's a Kali Linux. So what I'll do, I'll just go in here, and I already have some shell available to me. Let's see. I just want to go and open up a shell. All right, so okay, I have let's clear this one up. So this is a shell that I have available to me in my Kali Linux distribution. So I told you guys that I'm going to show you some commands. So let's try with uname, see what we have. So if I just do uname, you know, this is just, you know, command unit, just type stuff, right? So you get the Linux. So it's telling me the name of the system is the Linux. To get a little bit more information, I can do uname A for all, and it's telling me that it's a Linux Kali 5.2 distribution and AMD 64-bit machine based on Debian 5.2.17 version of the Kali and all that stuff. Okay, just type anything, type ls to see what you have here, type clear to clear everything, type who to see who has logged in. You can do who am I. That also gives you the logged in user. You can do last log, and that's gonna tell you the users who has the user login information and who has logged in and who has not. Okay. The other thing that I said, that if you do say type say do pwd, so this is telling you the pwd is a shell bulletin. That means this command is available to you inside the shell. Okay. If you do type -a pwd, now you're actually asking, hey, show me all types of pwd command that's available that I can run. Now it's telling you that yeah, this is available under bin pwd and also from the user bin pwd. So there's a duplication of this command. And the other thing that I want to show you, if I do ls -lah, and then I go to bin sh, and you can see that this is actually pointing to shell, and there is a dash shell, and dash shell is not bash. It's a dash shell that comes with the Ubuntu or Debian distribution. Well, that's about it. I hope you get a quick view. And in Ubuntu on Debian distribution, this command window is called terminal. As I said, some other places they may call it console or xterm or something else. So all right, so let's meet with you guys in the next video where we'll just learn some shell tricks. and thank you for watching the video. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye bye.